For my tax pro, let's talk about one reason a lot of tax pros get fined when it comes to going through a due diligence examination, and that is not having the proper note or not having additional notes. So let's talk about the proper notes. When I talk about the proper notes, meaning you do not have notes in reference to the 3 credits and the HOH in depth to make sure that your client is qualifying for those specific credits. What I see is a lot of tax pros writing just notes. They might touch on a couple of things in reference to those credits and the HOH, but they're not asking all the qualification questions that need to be asked in order to know that your client qualified for those credits and that status. We're writing notes like the taxpayer worked at such and such. The taxpayer did such and such. Instead of saying the taxpayer was a custodial parent, the taxpayer dependents live with them over 6 months out of the year. The taxpayer father is such and such. Not the taxpayer father, the dependent's father is such and such. We're not putting the notes that says, okay, this particular taxpayer really should be claiming these dependents and they actually qualify for the credits and the HOH status. So go review your notes. Go review what the qualifications is for those specific credits and the HOH status. And look and see whether or not you are really asking the questions that need to be asked in order for your clients to qualify for the credit. I see it a lot of times where people go through examination and they have notes and they still get fined. And the reason why you're getting fined is because you're not asking the proper questions and taking the proper notes. Now, understand the IRS do not have specific questions that you are supposed to ask every taxpayer or mandatory questions that you're supposed to ask the taxpayer. But what you do supposed to ask the taxpayer is all the questions to qualify them for the credits and the HOH status. For more tips, follow me at Gwinnetta Wright.